I've done the Flags for Freedom project, which happened 2 years ago, which was all the flags lined up on Scholar. The creation of the 9/11 Memorial, which is located by the track. The Support Our Troops, which is a food and donation drive that happens in the fall every year. Commack Idol, Commack's Got Talent, Special Olympics, the Senior Citizen Prom, the Senior Citizen Matinee, Career Night, bringing the community together after a tragedy, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And I don't even fathom how much Debbie is able to do every day, every year, for the years that she's been able to do it. I look up to her as my idol. She is that one person that I don't understand how she can get up every day and do as much as she does. It's phenomenal, it's amazing. I can only wish to do what she does.
You're not alone in that. There are many people in this community who see Debbie as someone who's always giving, and you can't figure how she has all that energy and all that expertise. It's great.
Debbie, honestly, she makes such a difference in this community, and without her as our community relations person, so many of these events would not exist and occur. And without those events, what would the Commack community be? Without the 9/11 memorial ceremony each year, what would Commack have to commemorate a day of such tragedy, but is filled with such hope to make our community better and this world better, and giving the students such a great opportunity to volunteer? She is like the CAS and CSIP god. The students at the high school use her so much for their necessary community service hours and the necessary CAS hours, which is mandatory for the IB diploma students. And the list goes on and on with her, and it amazes me what she can do. And honestly, if you think about it, what would the Commack community be without her? We wouldn't have the 9/11 memorial ceremony, we wouldn't have the memorial area that we have up at the track, we wouldn't have Commack Idol, which gives students like myself over the past 5 years the opportunity to go onto a stage and express how we can be musical and magical, and whatever we have, that inside talent we have, and we can display it on a stage and not be afraid to go up there and show who we really are. And she gives us so much opportunity. And if I didn't have Debbie over my past 12 years at Commack, I don't know what I'd do. She's the reason that my resume is 400 miles long. I love volunteering because of her. I would not be the person standing up here today speaking in front of the Board of Ed without Debbie Berga, and I can honestly say that, and I owe so much to her, and I don't know what will happen if she does not have her position next year.
Thank you.
And for my second, Brenda is the Commack School District's public relations person and webmaster for the Commack School District website. Brenda can always be found, as for instance tonight, taking pictures at school events, Board of Ed meetings, at the elections every year. She's everywhere and anywhere at any time taking pictures, and she's amazing, she's phenomenal. Again, I don't know how she gets to everything she gets to. I don't know how she's able to update that website every 5 minutes, it seems, when I refresh the page. Just even example, like she's that on top of it. The pictures taken tonight, they will be up there tomorrow. And without Brenda, this wouldn't happen. We would not have someone that on top of her job, doing what she needs to do. The website would not be updated. People would not have the communication they need to access information about the Commack Coalition of Caring, about a change in a date or a change in an event or the status of an event without her. And it amazes me how much Brenda does along with Debbie. These two women are phenomenal. Again, I look up to them as idols, and without them, I don't know what would happen. And in my closing, both of these women go above and beyond to do everything and anything in their jobs. And our Commack community, for all, and in our Commack community, for all the people in the Commack community that say things such as, get a stay-at-home mother or father or a member of the PTA to do their job, that these women do. For those people who say such things as that, I can only say that that is a ridiculous statement. No one can do what they do. It's a job that you need to put your soul, your body, your mind, everything into. And I don't think a parent or a PTA member would do what they do. And these two positions that these women hold are full-time jobs, full-time positions. They spend hours beyond the hours that they should normally spend at a job doing what they do. And Commack as a community needs these two women in their positions to make Commack much more than a town without a town. And I just hope that that's something that stays in the back of your mind, that if you want Commack to be what it's made up to be by everyone standing up here, you need those two women to make the difference that they have made and that they should continue to make in this Commack community.
Thank you.
That's a pretty tough act to follow. A lot of you know me. My name is Patrick Fazio. I happen to be one of the fire commissioners in the Commack Fire Department. I'm actually here for the same reason that young lady was here.
Can I interrupt a second?
Sure.
Ms. Masiello?
Yes.
Aren't we dealing right now with agenda items? I hate to do this, but we really do have to get through the agenda, and these items should be after the agenda.
Well, actually, what he's saying is that particular subject that you're referring to as not so much the art, which is appropriate. What we are specifically supposed to open up before we begin the agenda, which basically we haven't really discovered.
I understand.
Those two positions are not critically attended to here.
Okay.
So you're kind of off the.
All right, that was just fine. See, but I won't take up much of your
You're
time.
following, as you
I won't take up
said,
much of your
very
time.
carefully and well done presentation.
What I just want to say is, there's a lot of rumors being circulated. And as a commissioner, I deal with Debbie on a lot of different levels. I grew up here, 47 years, I'm in this Commack school district. I didn't have the opportunity to go to high school because back then, it wasn't what you people and other people have made it today, which is a blue ribbon, very good school district. I'm proud to say my two children graduated from the school district. But what that woman does, and you talked about before with these other students talked about with the art program, and I understand budget constraints, we deal with it in the fire district. The issue that you have with those teachers of bringing someone that has much more tenure and bringing them and replacing someone, you don't have that with Debbie. Debbie's been here for years. If you're going to try and replace her with someone, that's great. Not in this instance. This woman works tirelessly. Behind the scenes, there are things that people in this room, in this district, don't even know about that she does, that are personal problems for families. Calls me up whenever there's a fire, what can we do for them? She goes well above and beyond. So I speak to you as a board, I speak to the two future board members, I wish them luck, but you really got to give this a lot of thought. Because as a fire district, I'll speak for her every day of the week. That's all I have to say.
Very much. That will be attended to as swiftly as we can, and certainly that would then accommodate further coming to the microphone. But if you have something specific to the agenda that you feel the need to address now, okay, come forward. But sooner rather than later, we'd like to get to the agenda.
Common Core is on the agenda?
No.
Not so much, not specifically.
I see. You tell
No,
me.
there's nothing there that's actually in there. Sure. No, it's not on there, and therefore
So
you
you
will
want me
speak
to
to
wait?
later. Yeah, thanks. Oh, if it's, Mr. Fusco's at the mic.
The question I have is on the agenda. It's regarding the Johnson Control contract. It looks like they're going to award a change order or something to the tune of $2 million tonight. Can you explain what we're getting for the $2 million, and is it coming out of our pockets? Is it grant money? Is it Excel money?
What is on the agenda tonight is an amendment to the energy performance contract. The energy performance contract originally was $17-some-odd million. We are asking the board to approve a change order of just under $2 million. What that will do, the largest project associated with that change order is to replace the roof of the Smith Lane School building. And if I can get to my notes.
You're not trying to say that's a $2 million roof on that one school.
There are other projects that are associated with it, but that is the largest project. It will fully replace the entire roof. That roof has come to the end of its useful life, and each year the district is spending funds to repair it. This will provide a new roof to the entire building, and that will be, as the entire energy performance contract at no cost to the taxpayers because the funding will come from the energy savings associated with it and also through the building aid that is associated with the project.
So we're going to get a portion of that $2 million back from the state for,
Yes.
do you know what what proportion we're going to get back?
Well, our overall building aid ratio is 53.7%.
So we'll get paid 53 cents on the dollar for what we do to replace the roof over there? Okay. And did we put that out to bid, or is that just, they submitted a price and we're accepting that price without seeing if it's a good number or a bad number?
The school district cannot go out to bid for a specific project. The energy performance contract did go out to an RFP process, and that had been awarded to Johnson Controls at the time.
Why do you say you can't go out to bid for a specific project? If you need a roof on a school, you have to go out to bid.
Well, this is an energy performance contract, so the district does not go out to bid for it. It's already gone out to
Yeah,
bid.
because you're putting it as a change order. If you needed a roof on a school, you would go out to bid and you would see 10 bids, who's the lowest bid?
Dan, yes, but because it's part of the energy, because it's part of.
Well, my question is, does it have to be part of that? Are we getting the best bang for our buck by putting it into the energy contract? Are we paying twice the amount for the roof as if we would have put it out to bid?
A couple things with that. One is and I'm just going to repeat this, you probably have heard us say this 100 times. The entire project, the Johnson Controls guarantees will be paid for with the energy savings. In addition to that, we'll get give or take 53 cents back on every dollar, which in many regards generates revenue for the school district. The part that sometimes doesn't get mentioned is that the project must go to state and be approved, not only for the scope of work, but pricing. So the state will say, no, that pricing is out of line, or that pricing is in line, and so the state verifies the pricing. So that's a good question.
Okay, and the time frame is still the same? It's still going to be, now it's $19 million over the 18 years or the 17 years, or is it?
Yes, the payback period must be within that 18 years, or the state will not approve it.
Okay, thank you.
I won't keep you long. My name is Donna Blanco. I am the president of the Secretarial Association. I am speaking on behalf of my clericals. As you see on the board agenda, we are losing 4 clericals. While I understand staffing as far as enrollment is concerned, we still have the same amount of buildings to run. And aside from that, the ladies that are losing their jobs were just hired in August. I don't understand why we didn't reconfigure prior to hiring them. I think it's reprehensible to hire ladies and a few months later say, well, we're sorry, we wasted your school year, when they could have taken other jobs. I think it's really morally and ethically irresponsible. And I feel as a taxpayer, as a longtime member of this community, and as a longtime employee, that the district could have done a lot better with the clerical budget. Thank you.
Hello. Two quick questions. One on page 5 of 6, under new business G. Just explain that real quick before you guys go and recommend it.
Say that again.
On new business, page 5 of 6, G. Because it also says see attachment. I couldn't figure out what the attachment was. So someone explain to me what that is before.
G is in George.
G is in George. Under new business, top of page 5 of 6.
It's just any of the district volunteers have to be put through a process of being.
Okay, and when it says see attached, where is that attachment?
It's narrow back.
Which
There's a list we have.
oh, okay, so I wasn't going crazy when I couldn't figure out where the attachment was. That probably would have explained the question. If I had seen the attachment, then I could have understood where that was coming from. So it's just volunteers.
Right, yes.
Very simple. And then the only
That's
other...
volunteers.
Well, no, I mean, you know what I mean? They're regarding the volunteers. Okay, and then the only other, considering if you look at correspondence, basically it's all my questions, I need to just address 30 seconds. Timely fashion. I don't even have to go into it. It's just when someone from the community sends you an email and then has to send you another email because no one answered the first email, just timely fashion. That's all I ask going forward. Consideration, it's gotten a little better, but consideration is when you, get a question either at a meeting or through an email. that it's followed up on a more timely fashion.
We'll keep trying.
Okay? Thank you. Bye.
Keep asking, we'll keep trying to get better.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry to be taking more of your time.
No, that's fine. That's great.
I was just wondering, I'm not sure if this might fit into your agenda, but I had a question about a recent investment that the school made into a class set of iPads. So I believe the school invested in a class set of about 30 iPads. I'm not really sure how much they are. I think they're about $500 each. That's an investment of $15,000. And I don't know how much you know about what students do with the iPads, but I had the opportunity to work with them once in my history class. Most of us, not me, took pictures with them. And I think that that sounds like a very frivolous investment for the school to make, and one that shouldn't have been made. That money could have been used for much more useful parts of the school funding, including the staff.
The iPads were actually purchased with a grant that was given to us specifically for the purchase of technology. Certainly, they should not be being used to take pictures unless that's the purpose. If it's a photography class, they take the pictures and they're modifying those pictures, and it's part of their work. But we certainly know the teachers are undergoing training and working on different things and applications that they can use iPads for. Don't replicate what students use them for at home. That doesn't mean that we won't have students who sometimes misuse the equipment. We'll certainly have people look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I also had one more question about what you said earlier, Dr. James. You said that if you could find more ways to keep some of our staff employed, you would try to make that happen. So this year is the first year since I've been in high school that the stage band has not been part of the music department. And is it correct that Mr. Helfner's job is at risk this year?
Yes, as a matter of fact, because the same reasons that the art department downsizing, it has to do with the fact that it's a K-12 position, and the seniority issue is still present there. We value Mr. Helfner both as a coach and as a musician and as a music teacher. Absolutely.
So I would suggest to reopen the stage band and have Mr. Helfner conduct it, because I do know that he is very passionate about jazz, and I actually have performed with him on a couple of occasions. So I think that would be a good way to keep his job.
Okay.
And thank you for your gift to us of your talents, because we certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we get down to business. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the minutes for May 9, May 21, and the May 9 audit committee meeting. Motion made by Mr. Egan, seconded by Mr. Blueberry. Discussion, all in favor? Yes. May I have a motion to accept personnel? Motion made by myself, seconded by Mr. Wunsch. Discussion? In favor? Passed unanimously. May I have a motion to accept correspondence as listed on the agenda, and all of that which was handled administratively. Actually, it's not an approval, it's just a recognition. Thank you very much. Moving forward with old business, which there is none of, we will now go to bids. May I have a motion to approve the following bids as recommended in the list on the agenda, as well as include the BOCES bids. Motion made by Mr. Pinaccio, seconded by Mr. Wunsch. Discussion, all in favor? Passed unanimously. May I have a motion to approve the following invoices: Burton Baron Smith, Jason Johnson Controls, Park East Construction, and Saraceno Construction. Motion made by Mr. Pinaccio, seconded by Mr. Egan. Discussion, in favor? Passed unanimously. May I have a motion to approve the following agreements as amended? Motion made by myself, seconded by Mrs. Cooper. Discussion.
I just think for transparency, we should let everybody know that the amendment is we are taking item 2, Jorgensen Learning Center, off of the agenda.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed unanimously. I have a motion to approve the 2012-2013 Health and Welfare Service contracts with the following districts as listed on the agenda. Motion made by Mr. Egan, seconded by Mr. Wunsch. Discussion, in favor? Passed. May I have a motion to approve the following field trip of the Commack High School International Science and Engineering Fair to Phoenix, Arizona, back in May. Okay, Mr. Wunsch, you want to make a motion to approve that one? And Mr. Panaccio will second it. It's been done, in favor, and unanimously over. May I have a motion to accept the following donations? And these I will speak up about because they are the generosity of our community and our schools and our parents. Shane and Kay Foundation, $11,947 for playground equipment at North Bridge. Andrade Solno PTA, $1,042.14 to be applied for the grade 5 field trip. Donation by Mr. and Mrs. Britt of a set of bells to be used by the music department. Donation from Wood Park PTA of 15,000 points and scholastic dollars to each grade level. And a workout trail consisting of metal discs to go into the ground. Donation from Mr. Mark Strength of $300 to benefit the Commack High School Camera Club. Donation from the Commack Roadrunners Booster Club of $285 to be used for Commack High School Girls Track Program. Donation by Kay Stanley Photographs of $127 to be used by Athletics Department. And donation from Novo Nordisk Inc. of behalf of Great Dog and Hugh Barbero of $860 to benefit the Indian Hollow Primary School. Motion made by Mrs. Cooper, seconded by Mr. Egan. Thank you so much to all those who contribute these things in whatever way you can. It helps in so many ways. All in favor? Passed unanimously. I have a motion to adopt the revised audit committee charter attached to board policy 9280. Motion made by Mr. Panaccio, seconded by Mr. Wunsch. Discussion? In favor? Passed unanimously. I have a motion to approve the appointment of candidates to the district's volunteer program. Motion made by Mr. Egan, seconded by Mrs. Goober. Discussion is that list of people that are generously giving of their time. It's attached to our agenda. All in favor? Passed unanimously. We have a motion to approve the amended performance contract between Johnson Controls and the Commack Union Free School District. Acknowledge the increase in rebates and additional projects, including roof and replacement at Smith Lanes, from the initial figures on the agenda. Motion made by Mr. Panaccio, seconded by Mr. Egan. Discussion, as we already witnessed. In favor? Passed unanimously.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, motion.
I move that the following motion be put on the table. I move that the non-aligned employees be reappointed with no increase in salary, and that effective July 1, 2013, only non-aligned employees who are currently receiving buyback for health insurance will be eligible for the same.
Do I have a second?
I move that the non-aligned employees be reappointed with no increase in salary, and that effective July 1, 2013, only non-aligned employees who are currently receiving a buyback for health insurance will be eligible for the same.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that for discussion.
For discussion, can that be explained, please? Because particularly the buyback, I suppose.
What we're saying is that for the non-aligned employees, they will no longer be allowed to enter into the buyback program. If they are currently in the buyback program, they'll be grandfathered in, but no new employees in the non-aligned group into the buyback program.
That's for health insurance.
For health insurance, thank you.
Yes.
What does buyback
When
mean?
they decide not to use their health insurance, they receive a monetary value for that. And in the future, that value will no longer be yours.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Passed unanimously. Under legal, may I have a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $40 million tax anticipation notes for 2013-2014 fiscal year. Motion made by myself, seconded by Mr. White. Discussion? In favor? Passed unanimously. I have a motion to adopt the joint municipal cooperative bidding resolution to grant Western Suffolk BOCES the authority to act on behalf of the district to prepare and solicit bids and requests for proposal. Motion made by Mr. Wunsch, seconded by Mr. Panaccio. Discussion? In favor?
Aye.
Passed unanimously. I have a motion to approve the resolution designating time period to implement the Affordable Care Act look-back measurement method. Motion made by Mrs. Goober, seconded by Mr. Egan. Discussion. All in favor? Passed unanimously. I have a motion to acknowledge receipt of the statement for professional services rendered on non-retainer matters in the amount of $22,581.50 for the period ending April 2013, submitted by Dr. Winosky. Motion made by myself, seconded by Mr. Panaccio. Discussion. In favor?
Aye.
Passed unanimously. Under board business, may I have a motion to acknowledge receipt of the internal claims auditor's monthly update. Motion made by Mr. Panaccio, seconded by Mr. Egan. Discussion. All vote unanimously. I have a motion to request. May I have a motion to acknowledge receipt of the CPSE recommendations approved on the following dates as listed. Motion made by Mr. Kluger, seconded by Mr. Panaccio. Discussion. In favor? Passed unanimously. A motion to acknowledge receipt of the below-listed financial reports, budget status, revenue status, etc. Motion made by Mr. Egan, seconded by Mrs. Gruber. Discussion. In favor? Passed unanimously. We have a motion to accept the following resolution that the Board of Education of the Commack Union Free School District shall hold a regular meeting Tuesday, July 2nd at 6 p.m. at Hubs Administration Center, East Northport, New York. It's anticipated that the board will make a motion for the purpose of adjourning into exec session at this time, and at 8 p.m. the board will reconvene in public session for the purpose of holding its annual meeting, regular business meeting. Motion made by Mr. Watch, seconded by Mr. Egan. Discussion. In favor? At this time, if anyone would